This is the kind of horror film that can leave a lasting psychological scar. For many, it's still remembered as a nightmare from childhood. Parasitic cave creatures and underground terror, this movie delivers a relentless visual assault minute by minute. The story begins 30 years ago in the remote mountains of Romania, where a crumbling old church stands. Rumors say there's a gold mine buried beneath it. A group of explorers arrives at the site. The church walls are covered in bizarre carvings, and in the center lies a sealed entrance to a cave. They blast it open with explosives, but the ground gives way beneath them, and they fall into the darkness. The explosion triggers a landslide, burying everything. 30 years later, the church and cave are rediscovered by a scientific team. Nikolai contacts a group of professional spelunkers. Soon, a seasoned expedition team, led by Captain William and his brother Jack, sets out to explore. Tom volunteers to enter the first chamber. His video feed shows a successful landing, and he sends back a detailed layout of the tunnel. But then, Tom spots some abandoned equipment, proof that humans had once been there. Suddenly, a creature appears above and drags Triss into the water. The monster slams into a propulsion unit, triggering an explosion. William and Nick rush to investigate, only to find the tunnel entrance has collapsed, and Triss is dead. William and Nick search for another way out. They squeeze through a narrow passage. Just as William crawls ahead, a monster grabs him. He slashes off its claw and escapes, but his back is badly injured. Back at base, Jimmy examines the severed claw. It twitches in his hands. Inside, he finds an extremely active parasite. Later, William spots a tattoo on the monster's arm. It matches the markings of the original team that vanished decades ago. The horrifying truth dawns: these creatures are the original explorers, transformed by infection. With the rock walls too steep, William and Jack prepare to climb, but Monica rushes ahead, scaling the wall at an alarming speed. She reaches a cave near the top just as a creature appears. Monica sacrifices herself to take the monster down with her. Meanwhile, Jimmy realizes the parasite has infected William. The team begins to question whether William can still be trusted. Jimmy suggests escaping through the water, but Jack and Nick choose to stick with William. The group splits up. Jimmy leads 3 through the underwater route, while William takes the others up the cliff. At the end of the rocky path, they reach a deep ice cliff and rappel down. Inside the glacier wall, they find a massive chamber. The air is thick with burning methane, unnatural and dangerous. The exit is close. William tells the others to go on ahead. He's going back for the rest. The other team is under attack by creatures. Using his sonar scanner, they manage to repel them. The 5 survivors reunite and make their final push. Under the cover of the sonar waves, Jack's team reaches a pool, but the cameraman is impaled by a stalactite and dies instantly. The remaining 3 dive underwater to escape. William shoves a burning flare into an oxygen tank and tosses it into the methane-filled cavern. With a massive explosion, he takes the creatures down with him. The surviving 3 finally make it out alive. But the nightmare isn't over. When Jack and Jimmy meet again, Jimmy starts saying things that don't quite make sense.